Well, it's tool time, so let's see what Pachirisu can do. Hey, this is GatorX, and back with another deck showcase. This one is a very interesting one. I tried recording something with it on stream, and it was doing terribly, but whenever I play on my own and I'm not recording, it does pretty well. This is Pachirisu. Solo Pachirisu, that's it. So the entirety of the deck revolves around just one Pokemon, and that's basically the deck list. You know, you can see it here, to Pachirisu, and then you play a bunch of stuff. Specifically, you want to play some Pokemon tools, because Pachirisu EX, for 2 Lightning Energy, does Sparking Gadget, which does 40 plus damage, and if this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached to it, then it does 90 more damage. It might feel a little reminiscent of Pikachu, which for 2 Lightning Energy can hit 90, however, that is dependent on having Pokemon on your bench, and Pikachu is pretty good at the beginning of the game. It's still decent-ish now, but that's the theme, that's the idea, now that we actually have Pokemon tools in the game. There are different builds that you could potentially do, but I've been trying out just this, where like you're going to be guaranteed to start off with your Pachirisu, and that, you know, rest of the deck, pretty simple, I think, all basic stuff, to Potion, to Pokeball. Here we get the Pokemon tools, so 2 Giant Cape, this just gives it 20 extra HP, 2 Rocky Helmet, of course gives deals damage to the opponent, and then 1 Lumberry. This one is an interesting one because it does come up. The fact that maybe you don't necessarily want to retreat all the time to spend your energy, also the fact that you can't evolve Pachirisu, so if it does run into any special conditions, you do have Lumberry. However, you can only attach 1 Pokemon tool at a time, so that's the trade-off you got to make. Rest of the deck, all supporter stuff, Professor Oak, Giovanni, that lets you hit 90, Sabrina, Cyrus, and trying out a Mars. The Sabrina and the Cyrus are actually like pretty cool in this deck. Anyway, let's go and jump into some battles, see if we can get some good battles to showcase the deck, and I'll see you back in a second, and we'll discuss the pros and cons and overall thoughts on the deck. So here we go, let's see how this battle pans out. They've actually got no emblems on them. We're going first, unfortunately. I think this deck really does like to go second, because it really, in order for the pace to work out properly, it really does need that energy first. And it looks like we're going up against Gengar. Is this Gengar EX, or is this the lock Gengar? Probably, or no, lock? No, the EX does lock. What does the standard one, the non-EX one, do? I forget what exactly it does. See, if we're going second and got the energy attachment first, that'd be a really good sign, because then Ghastly evolving into Haunter doesn't get out of range of this Pachirisu. So that's very helpful. Looks like they're doing the Gardevoir as well. It probably, there's a good chance it is just Gengar EX. There is a good chance. I kind of wanted to try that deck out, honestly, because Gengar was like the first big card that I pulled in this game. So I kind of want to see what you can do with it. We're going to stick the energy on that. I think we'll just go with the Cape right away. And we're living whatever Haunter deals to us. So I think we're good to just go ahead and end our turn just like that. Probably going to see the energy on, yep, okay. There's the Haunter in the back, and probably the energy on that Haunter, because then Gengar needs like 3 energy in order to attack. Though unfortunately the Ghastly is going to bring us into range for that, so I'm not liking that. What I'm going to do is I am going to, okay. Maybe I just attack now. Yeah, I think I attack now, because then that takes this Ghastly off the board. They still need 3 energy to attack with Haunter, or sorry, with Gengar once it evolves, and that Ralts has not evolved yet, so I'm not really worrying about it at the moment. And if they send up, okay, they send up the Haunter, so they probably have the Gengar in hand, because no way they're gonna give it up like that. Evolve into Gengar. And it is a Gengar EX. I am within range to get one shot by it, so I don't like that. And I am blocked out of supporters, so that's a little dangerous. Okay, we can Potion to get out of range. That's very nice. And I'm going to go ahead and bench my other second Pachirisu now. Thank goodness for them potions. And then we can go ahead and deal 80 on this, and that does not 2-shot though, because Gengar is just out of 2-shot range, and both our Giovannis are turned off actually. So anything short of a Rocky Helmet, oh, they're gonna heal for 20 anyway. Man, so this is gonna make the Gengar a 3-shot already, so that's really not good. That's gonna be a struggle. And that, like... Oh, they're going to go for Pachirisu. Or not Pachirisu. They're going to go for Giovanni to hit the Pachirisu, but still not enough. Though we get down to 10. That's okay. I'm glad they didn't put a helmet on it at all. I'm going to save this potion. And actually what I am going to do... Oh, actually we don't have another Pokemon tool. So I think I do have to just... That's a great question. That is a great question. I think in this case, I do just Sparking Gadget for 80. Because then he's still in range of a 3-shot as long as I get another Pokemon tool. As long as they don't potion. And as long as they don't switch. Might just see the switch into routes. And then they get the knockout with routes. I could see that. No, okay. So that's it then. That's the game then. I think that might have been the smarter choice. Just as long, you know, obviously seeing on the field, you know, maybe they were holding out because they figured like there's a good chance I might just get the other Pokemon tool, but we knock out Gengar. We can definitely see like, oh, stage 3 Pokemon are really kind of this deck's bane because they just have way too much HP. But ideally, that's how the deck should work. In an ideal world, we would have 2-shot that Gengar with whatever. But you see Giovanni hypothetically would have, but getting locked out of it, yeah. So it makes it a little slower, but it looks like we still get that victory. So we're jumping into some random battles here. Technically, the emblem event is still going on, and this is the deck I've been using. We're going second, so that's actually some really great news because we're not going to miss that energy attachment, because hypothetically, the deck does pretty well in terms of pacing if you get the energy attachment first. So looks like we're going up against Exeggutor. Not amazing because, you know, that's one that can also get going really fast, and with Pachirisu having pretty low HP, that doesn't bode extremely well for us. So I guess fingers crossed that by next turn they don't get Exeggutor. And looks like they're building up a Venusaur too. So hopefully we can get things going. Let's just go to Professor's Research right away and get the energy attachment, and then we'll just have to pass on that Pokeball so we can get the other Pachirisu. Now, one thing I learned is I'm actually going to hold on to this Pachirisu now that I have it in hand, actually, because if I get it on the field without, you know, any energy, and they Sabrina it up, then that becomes an issue. At least, you know, that's what I've kind of come to experience. They're getting the Ivysaur going right away, though, see, unfortunately I have Cyrus, but unfortunately I don't have Sabrina, so it would be really nice to attach an energy and get some damage on that right now. Let's go ahead and do the Oak right now. Good, though, that they didn't evolve. There's Sabrina, so we have Sabrina for next turn. What I'm going to do is, I think we'll put the helmet on this one. That's really interesting because it really does become that choice of like, okay, which tool are you going to put? They can't knock me out with only 1 grass energy on the field. They put a helmet on their own Ivysaur, which, yeah, definitely they're going to want to take some, you know, take some hits. But as you can see, we paced pretty well, knocking out their one Pokemon. The fact that they didn't get Exeggutor going, and the fact that right now this Ivysaur isn't even going to be able to attack, evolve right into Venusaur. That was definitely the correct answer. However, they're still only at 2 energy, so I'm going to go and take this chance to bench the other Pachirisu now. We're going to stick the cape on it, and now we can finally attach an energy, and we can deal damage. Unfortunately, though, Venusaur is so big, so we're not going to be able to 2-shot it. However, with the helmet, perhaps, as long as they don't have Erica, they're not going to get to, what's the big attack called? Giant Bloom? They're not going to get to Giant Bloom. As long as they do not have Erica, and if they attempt to attack us right now, it's looking pretty good. Gonna bench and execute. It looks like they are going for the attack. Are we going to see Erica come down? Yeah, there's the Erica. I thought so. Which, unfortunately, it looks like they are going to get this knockout here. Actually, oh, they don't even go for the attack. You know, maybe if we trust that I draw enough Sabrina, then there's that. They're going to Giant Bloom. Man, that's such an interesting one, because I could get... Alright, we're going to attach this. That is such an interesting one, because I could try attacking Venusaur right now. However, I'm going to take some damage. They're going to Giant Bloom the next turn and heal most of what I do. And if they have Erica, let's see. So I deal 90. They're going to heal off 30, so it only does 60. It's going to have a whole 100 HP, and then it's still going to be a 2-shot. So what we're going to do is we are going to Sabrina right here, and hopefully maybe we can just pick off KOs from little Pokemon, you know, non-EX Pokemon. Unfortunately, though, I have one Cyrus in hand, but unfortunately, though, it looks like we're not going to get the Sabrina too soon. We got 6 cards left in deck. That is very helpful, so I'm going to take this chance to Spark and Gadget, knock out this Bulbasaur. We're going to deal with the Venusaur yet again, but thankfully I don't take the... Thankfully I don't take... I know, I should have healed. Oh my gosh, I really should have healed. Oh, I fumbled. Oh, I fumbled so bad. I had the potions in hand. Oh my gosh. No. No. No, Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. Because then I actually would have survived this. He would have healed. Actually, he's back to full, so I'm really going to have to trust in Sabrina. I'm really going to have to trust in Sabrina showing up. Because unfortunately, sometimes it feels like this deck just lives and dies by Sabrina. So now they 2-shot me. There's Cyrus. Not the one I wanted. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. I can afford to get an attack in. However, I'm going to end my turn and trust the process. 5 cards left in deck. This is probably a really bad idea to do this. They're attaching. Are we going to see the evolution? Nope, just right for it. Giant Bloom heals back up to full. Even then, even if I did, like, heal with the other one and try to get an attack in, I don't know how that would have gone in this case. So I think they got me from the start just because Venusaur is so big and Pachirisu really lives on one-shots. So something like Venusaur, which is just a big HP wall and has in-archetype healing, extreme healing, it really is just kind of the answer to Pachirisu. So that's one loss here. So here we are with another battle. I see the Darkrai sleeves. So if we're going up against Darkrai, uh-oh, they got fighting energy. That is not a good sign. That is not a good sign at all. Because if we're playing against, okay, Farfetch'd, it looks like this might be the fighting energy deck, or the one with all the Hitmonchan, Hitmonlees, with the Magnetons, and probably a Farfetch'd here to deal some big damage really quick. I think that's what we're going up against. So I'm going to attach this energy. I'm going to Pokeball. They're not putting anything on the bench, which is very interesting. I have no Pokemon tools in sight, though. Very unfortunate. Play 5 Pokemon tools in the deck. So there's a good chance of starting off with a Pokemon tool. Oh, and actually, it looks like we might. Yep, there's Garchomp. Yeah, because I saw the water energy. All right, we're going up against Garchomp, and if I draw into a Pokemon tool right now with this, we're in a great position. Potion and Rocky Helmet. You'll love to see it. So now we can knock out this Farfetch'd right away. And then after that, the only thing would be Gabite, if at all, if they evolve into it. Or, you know, maybe put some more stuff on the bench. But I've got a Giovanni in hand in case they do evolve into Gabite. In which case, we're looking pretty good. We are looking pretty good. I'm at least just glad that we're not going up against an actual fighting type deck. The Energy Zone is agreeing with them, though. I'm very envious of that. Very envious of that. Let's see. I guess we could see the... If they get Druddigon out, maybe? We could see the retreat into Druddigon. Retreat into Druddigon and then evolve. Oh, their Pokemon Communication thing. I guess they didn't get what they wanted with the Pokeball. Or maybe they got what they wanted and then now they can potentially upgrade it. And the opponent conceded. So there it is. And you know, really honestly great that we went against the deck that I showed off in last video. So you can see potentially just how much quicker this deck can be. So let's go ahead and see how this battle goes about. Going second, you'll love to see that going second. And we're going up against a grass deck. Really do hope this is not Venusaur. Against Celebi, for the most part, I think we do pretty well. And oh boy, oh, it's Venusaur. Oh no, they got the nice playmat and the nice sleeves though. I'm going second, so I get the energy attachment. So, you know, in an ideal world, we just might get this actually. There's a Pokemon tool in sight. Mention the Delmise. Unfortunately, I don't one-shot the Delmise. However, on this turn, I guess I just lucky. Oh wait, let's pull out the second Pachirisu right now. Like I said, we're gonna do the funny thing where we hold it in the hand to protect it from Sabrina, but get it out of the deck to make sure that we have the follow-up. Cyrus the Lumberry. It's kind of nice, but I think we'll just go right for the cape and make sure I attach an energy. And it looks like that's going to be all for this turn. But then even if they evolve into Ivysaur, Pachirisu hits over it. And if they retreat Bulbasaur into... Yeah, there's the evolution. But if they retreat it... Wait, no. Okay, there's Leaf. Okay, I was going to say, but now it's got higher retreat cost. So we'll take a hit from Delmise here. Not ideal, especially because we do not have Sabrina. And even then, we need to do a combination of Giovanni plus Sabrina. Oh, so they're getting saved, and this isn't good. However, maybe if I draw Sabrina next turn, then we can do some good things. There's a communications. Fishing for the Venusaur. Tells me they don't have it. We won't discover if they have it or not. Now, actually they can evolve now, huh? Looks like they didn't pull it. Got a Petalil. Looks like they got a little too much going on here. We got Sabrina, so I'm going to save that actually. And let's go ahead and bench this Pachirisu. Thankfully, the other one's taking no damage. So, in this instance, we're seeing me get set up a little quicker, and my opponent not necessarily reaching their win condition just yet. Because I had only one card in hand for them, and a bunch of babies out right now. They're all kind of they're all ready for the pick'em for Pachirisu. There's Ivysaur. Oh, I wonder if they do have the Venusaur in hand. Maybe they just want to attach and get some damage in. Rocky Helmet. Because otherwise, they don't know. They don't know. Oh, they don't know. Yeah, there's the attack right there. My own Rocky Helmet. I'm going to put the Rocky Helmet on this one. I'll attach the energy. We'll still build up the one on the bench because it's not over yet. But now's the perfect time to Giovanni. And then we can one-shot this Ivysaur. Very beautifully. Take all their energy off the board. And then now it's all just babies. And even then, I got a Sabrina in hand to take out whatever else comes out next. So thankfully, honestly, I'm glad we went up against another Venusaur because we get the duality of like the one that pummeled us and then this one where we just run away with the game like that. And hey, there's a victory. So here we are back with the deck, and yeah, hopefully you can see how the deck works. Very simple, one track of mind, there's one Pokemon, and it just attacks. So you can see how it works and how it functions. Yeah, did mostly probably include some good wins here. During the stream, it was just complete losses, so just so you know, that's how it is. Like, this deck is very, very based on pace of play. What makes it good is that it has a pretty good pace, and like, okay, if you do get the energy attachment, then attaching 2 energies and sticking a Pokemon tool on there becomes a pretty powerful Pokemon that deals 80 damage every turn, can one-shot some big basic EXs, or, you know, basically every little EX, and with the help of Giovanni, get a lot of stage 1s. The downside is that a deck that can get going faster than it and really deal a lot of damage is a problem. I think the first thing I faced off against during my stream, which by the way, on twitch.tv/GatorXP, we lost to Infernape, because Infernape only requires 2 energy as well, and if they're going first, then by the time they get to attaching those 2 energy, they can evolve into an Infernape, and then that just one-shots Pachirisu, and Pachirisu has to 3-shot it. So you see that in that sense, and I'm not going to show that full game because that was completely miserable, but hopefully you've seen the footage. So in that sense, it doesn't work. So I think this is a okay deck. It's very gimmicky, and I would say it's gimmicky most of all, above anything else. So let's go and talk about the pros. The pros are, yeah, the pace. As long as things go accordingly, I think you really genuinely need to go second, because other decks, if they do not get the energy attachment, hopefully they can do some other things. They get the advantage in evolving Pokemon. Maybe they can deal some good attacks as long as they set up other Pokemon on the bench. That's good. Pachirisu does not have that luxury because you've just got your one in the active spot and maybe the one on the bench to get ready to come in. The pros are, though, some of the other pros is that it really takes advantage of Sabrina and Cyrus. I don't think we showed it too much in these battles, but trust me, whenever I'm playing, Sabrina just comes in really, really clutch because you don't really need supporters on it much. You need your Oak early on, obviously. You need your Giovanni to make some hits count. However, just being able to fill the deck up with everything you need, just having the 2 Pachirisu and then the rest of your deck is a complete toolbox, that's the advantage of that. You can play Sabrina alongside Cyrus and max out at each of those. Also, given the fact that Pachirisu does have to 2-shot basically everything big, that makes Cyrus very live in that instance. Another one of the advantages is that it utilizes Pokemon tools, and Pokemon tools have been really good and useful just in general ever since they've come out in this game. But the fact that this deck literally runs on it, you get to max out on 2 capes, you get to max out on 2 Rocky helmets and get the advantages of those. I think that's most of all what I want to say. High damage for low energy cost. As long as you get those energy tools, sure, we'll throw that as a pro. The cons, however, is in this specific build where you're only using the Pachirisu, that's a con, is you only have the Pachirisu. And another con too, Pachirisu itself, it has low energy. It's sort of comparable to Pikachu in the sense that, yeah, it's a basic Pokemon or basic EX Pokemon with just over 100 HP. And it deals a decent damage, around the same damage for 2 lightning energy. The difference with Pikachu is that Pikachu is powered up by all the having more Pokemon on the bench. So if Pikachu goes down, you can just send up one of your other Pokemon that you are powering up there, whether it be whether it be like a Zapdos or, Pikachu's probably even just a little better now that you can actually play Magneton into Magnezone, right? So, maybe that's something else you could do in this deck. The downside is that I'd be a lot more hesitant to throw in the Magnezone line in this deck because it just is so good in the sense of being a toolbox, right? Maybe more so of Pachirisu could be a backup strategy in a full-on electric deck rather than its own deck. The cons are also that you do need 2 energy to start doing anything, rather than having, multiple attacks where, maybe you have a low cost attack and then a big cost attack that deals a lot of damage. You don't only have your one, which is in that mid-range. So the fact that you're playing only Pachirisu, it messes things up. Same Pikachu again. Pikachu does have all the other lightning Pokemon to fall back on. Pachirisu does not have that luxury. So those are overall my thoughts. Cons, what else can I say for cons? For the most part, yeah. The pace, right? The pace is its advantage, but if you get that pace wrong, then yeah, there's that. Okay, the upside is that it's not a matter of I didn't draw my evolution fast enough. It's more so that my opponent drew their evolution fast enough. So being a basic Pokemon is good as long as your opponent does not get going sooner than you. Those are my thoughts. That's a Pachirisu deck. I kind of want to maybe cook with this a bit more. I think this one's been a really funny one to play. Again, like I said, I think it's a gimmick most of all, but it's a pretty fun gimmick. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you play this deck? Do you play something similar? What are your thoughts? Give some suggestions in the comments below. And again, if you want to watch me stream Pokemon TCG live, Pocket, I switch up between the two. Maybe we'll do some streams where we do both, but on twitch.tv/GatorEXP every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is TCG Tuesday, so I hope to see you there. But anyway, this is GatorX. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all later.